Hello, everybody. I think that everything is working. I think I've done everything right. I think I need to stop leaving things till last minute. That's probably the best bit of advice that I can possibly. Ooh. Very fancy. Also, let's go take a peek-see-poo at wherever the heck this particular quest is. Are you the glamour individual? I'd like to know something about glamour. Hi. I'd like you to ask you to a troubled patron. Ah, well, if it isn't Sleeps, just the adventure I was hoping to see. Do you know the blacksmith? Name? He's quite the accomplished craftsman. In fact, everyone has who's had dealings with name is sure to have come across his creations. It always has been a pleasure for him to be a regular here at the Seventh Heaven, but he's been quite irritable as of late, and practically drowning in his cups besides. I fear his recent work, or perhaps lack thereof, may have something to do with it. This may seem like a trifling matter for someone as traveled as yourself, but it would mean so much to me if you would speak to him. I can think of no one better to offer him a word or three of encouragement. I love quests like this in games like this because we're silent protagonists. We don't talk. When we do talk, we say nothing. We just gesture in a talking-like way. And the game, in turn, is just like, my God, never have I heard anything so inspirational, so wonderful, so life-changing. And it's like, I mean, are you sure, though? We haven't done anything. We just gestured kind of at them vaguely with kind of a hand movement and our mouth open and closed. That was the kind of the extent of it. And what do we got here? Oh, he does look disgruntled. Can't you see I'm thinking last off with you? Hey, Name sent you, did she? I suppose she just had to mention me contract with the name, eh? I thought she'd be satisfied with me vintage gear. There was a time it practically flew off the shelves, brought in venturers with tombstones by the bucket, or with tombstones by the bucket. Now, you damn divas are a fickle lot, and apparently none of you would be caught dead in me stuff anymore. Now I got name jumping down me throat, clamoring for some new. Summit the realm ain't heretofore seen. The woman expects too bloody much, I tell you. And if I didn't fill me contract, she'd have thugs fitting me feet for lead boots. If only I pissed out bright ideas every dawn like I did me ale. I like that. Hold your horse, birds. I know you from somewhere. Yeah, you're one of them venturers who started the bloody relic armor movement way back then, ain't you? As I live and breathe. I don't know what that means, but fantastic. Try as I might, and holy hells did I try. I ain't quite capable of recreating them masterpieces. There's something about them, certain quality, even the great name, weren't going to match. I suppose one never truly can rival the classics, eh? Ah, name, you slide through. That's why you sent this one. You wanted her to remind me of the old days when armor crafting was about the armor. And not else. Somewhere along the way, I reckon I got caught up in the hurly-burly and lost my way. You know, I reckon it's high time I get back to the classics. Focus more on who's been wearing my gear than the pretty tale that on that race selling me the parts. Might be then that I could come up with something that'll satisfy old Name. Cheers, last. 'Twas kind of you to stop by. And while we're here, how about I fix up your own set of relic gear? My assistant Name here can augment each and every piece. Of course, that's assuming you can bring him the proper parts. I ain't running a charity. Don't go forgetting your gear, neither. Oh, well, there you go. Now we can just get augmentations. I suppose that's pretty cool. Pick blue. I like blue. Ah, it's this stuff. It's the old relic gear. I take it this is probably what the other stuff is then. Yeah, there's the white mage stuff. Wait, what does it need? It has the regular robes. I don't know if it even does anything different, honestly. It just kind of is. You know. As it be, I suppose. Oh well. Tis what it is. Apologies for the yawns, by the way. We will eventually get ourselves back into a state where we won't yawn. Ooh, that's a cool looking axe. About to find out. No, it's a war scythe. I presume it extends when they activate it. Wonder what the Reaper is actually like. Probably just a heavy melee class, potentially with some like gain health back as you strike kind of rules. I don't know. We're gonna see, I suppose. One day, when I actually buy the game, rather than just play this free trial like a plebeian. A dang plebeian. Now, well, we should get back to the story. We have some people to meet. Excuse me. So you have friends at castle that want for rescue. That Name knew me too well. You can count on my help. I got a score to settle with the Imperials, and I never pass an opportunity to get back at the Horror Sons. But enough about me. Let's talk strategy. Rescuing folks from Hey, Firu, how's it going? How are you? You're in a real deal sleep stream? I suppose you are, though. Isn't it really late for you? Shouldn't you be in bed, mister? Isn't that what's supposed to be happening for you right now? I suppose it is the weekend, though. Oh, it's only Oh, it's only a 5-hour difference. Oh, I thought it was 6 for some reason. But you know what? Still, hello, welcome. Nice to see you. Glad of you to stop by. It's always nice to have the famous Firu come by. Rescuing folks from captivities are a right delicate business. A single oversight, just one blunder, and it's all over. Can't leave any room for uncertainty. You'll be lurking today. Might say some things, but I was working on my Twitch. That's absolutely fine, Firu. I will never decline somebody lurking. It is always nice to know that I can be like background sound for somebody, because that still implies that I'm good enough to be background sound. So that does not bother me nothing. For starters, you will need to confirm beyond the shadow of a doubt that your friends Friends are where you think they are. You don't want to risk your neck only to discover them. Excuse me. But they've been moved elsewhere. And how are you going to find out, you ask? By following these instructions. If you approach Castle from the east, you'll see a swampland to your left called the Tangle. Get in there, never mind all the monsters, and navigate your way to the southwestern corner. You'll come upon some drainage pipes coming down from the stronghold. Don't ask me how I know, but one of them leads back up to the command tower. If you listen closely, might be as you can eavesdrop on some of the happenings within. Once we know for certain that your friends are there, we'll move to the next stage of the operation. Now get going. Godspeed. Cool. So we get to stick our ear next to a drainage pipe. I'm sure that's healthy. Always good to just kind of be like, what's going on over here then? Let's get hit in the face by a wall of unmentionables. Very concerning. Very unhealthy. Very unsanitary, honestly. It still fascinates me that, you know, back in the day, what we would do with our bodily extracts, however you want to say it. We're just like, just throw it in the lake. Just throw it in the river. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, well, we gotta help this person. They're being attacked right now by a random boyo. And that's just not okay. Oi! Mud pup! Leave him alone! Yeah, that's right. It's me you want! But also... Oh, well, I'm gonna get hit by this. Eat a stun. That's right. I thought the music here is a little bit different. A player! Oh, I need to adjust my level. Sorry, my nose was a little bit itchy. We gotta help the players, though. Oh, and their little chocobo, too. We gotta heal him. Can't let him fall into ruin. That goes against the very principles of the white mage. We must keep them alive. Sir, are you okay? Are you on follow mode or something? No, you definitely just used something. Feel like you might be a bot. You're not doing anything. Kind of roaming. Or you're having really bad internet. That could also very much be a situation. Regardless. Enjoy the flash bomb. What? Oh, when the game just decides that it gets to pick where the boundaries are and the leashes are. There we go. Now he's doing something. You know what? Maybe I'm just judging him too harshly. Maybe he's just a newer player, doesn't still quite know what's going on. Has had somebody helping him for the most part. You know? Maybe I'm being the unreasonable one here. The uncharitable. but he's level 72. I'm being very reasonable. No. At the end of the day, we just shouldn't be judging people. I think that's where it ends up. So I'm just being the unreasonable one. And I'll move on from the thought processes. Because why should I be judging this individual? That's not very nice. At the end of the day, as long as they're having fun, that's all that matters. That's where the real success story ends. Begins and ends, for that matter. You know? Is the person having fun? Yes. Are they hurting anybody? No. Then there's no reason to be upset about anything. Although sometimes, there is the, are they hurting anybody? No. Are they inconveniencing somebody? Maybe a little bit. That's how I kind of feel sometimes at like grocery stores, you know, when you're just trying to get through an aisle and just somebody has decided to make it their business to block the aisle. They're not hurting anybody. And they're probably having fun. But they are inconveniencing everybody else in that damn aisle. Oh my goodness. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, time to nuke my way to victory. And yes, I might have potentially went to the grocery store today and had to deal with somebody like this. It could just be that I'm just letting out some frustrations at the moment. I'll never tell. A faint sound of conversation echoes down the pipe. What of the captive? Does she still refuse? To speak? She may as well be a deaf mute for all the information we've gotten out of her. And the others aren't much better. The Esian gets on my nerves most of all. Every time he opens his mouth, it only spouts gibberish. I do wonder why is the title so obsessed with this Menphilia woman. They say she possesses some mystical power, something we Garleans don't have. Mystical power? Like the kind the beastmen use? How am I supposed to bloody know? If you're so curious, why don't you ask the title yourself? As well as try to tumble her. I like my head where, as well try to tumble her. I like my head where it is. Thank you very much. Our break is over. Best we get back to our stations. That is some fantastically, like, amazingly, like, not amazing writing, you know? Just that's got very much that attitude from, like, a play where they're off stage, but they're talking, so they have to talk loudly. So it's just like, did you get a chance to see what was happening in this one spot? I don't know. Did you get a chance to see what was happening in the one spot? Oh, I don't know. I couldn't see. It was too dark. Me too. Don't talk so loudly. It could potentially be, you know, someone could be listening, and then someone else is just like, keep your voice down, you know? Like, it's got that, like, it's just like, well done. The writing here is fantastically awful in the best possible way. You know, like, not that anybody is listening, but should they be listening, ha ha ha, our break time is over. I believe it is time that we should go back to our work, which is stationing the defenses on the western wall. The other guy's like, dude, why do you talk like that? And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I like to imagine that there are people listening into my conversations. So I like to dramatically act as if there's somebody there listening. It's like, no one's listening. You're being a weirdo, and this is why I don't like to hang out with you during my breaks. Don't do it. Don't you do it. He's not gonna do it. He knew what was up. He knew that he couldn't just mess with me. And thank goodness for that, because I wouldn't have known how to respond if he had messed with me. Alfie! Alfie, I have news! It is good to see you again, Sleeps. I'm given to understand that you have conducted some reconnaissance. Tell me, what were you able to learn? So Minfilia and the others are indeed in castle. Their presence thus confirmed, we must proceed with the mission. While you were afield, Sid took the liberty of devising a plan of action. Pray have the details from him. Sometimes the way that they say things has like kind of a ye old English feel to it, and it just fumbles with my head. Because I'm just like, wait, why would the sentence be in that kind of a structure? Like, it just kind of twists my brain a little bit. Way where I'm just like, harumph. What are you trying to say to me? Good work, Sleeps. As Alfie had already told you, we've plotted out a course for rescue. The gist of it is unchanged. We disguise ourselves as Imperial soldiers and infiltrate the stronghold. Name is going to look into ways to procure a suit of Magitech armor. In the meanwhile... Ooh, the Dragoon's back. In the meanwhile, I need you to assist with some preparations of my own. Minfilia and the others are counting on us. Sleeps, let us not keep them waiting any longer than necessary. Sure, we gotta make progress. Oh. Sorry, I goofed up my elbow a couple days ago. I don't know what I did, but it's being most sore at the moment, and that's not very nice. You know, comforting. Ooh, and we've got 2 main story missions to go through. While Name goes about devising his plan, we need to see to some preparations of our own. It won't do if the Imperials were to discover that they are short an armor. To prevent this from happening, I'm going to put together a makeshift communication jamming device. The explanation is like to get a little technical, so bear with me. Imperial forces communicate at a distance via electromagnetic waves. Simply put, voices can be born upon etheric electricity energy that permits the air. Oh, good. This is good. This is incredibly technical. Now, the hill-sized cluster of the corrupted crystals to the west have been observed to amplify the self-same energy. By making use of this property, we might be able to drown out Imperial voices. To ensure that we have enough amplification, we must identify the most potent crystal among the cluster. For this, I need you to go there and use this device to take readings. I will mark the likely places on your map. Oh, and just so you know, plasmites are drawn to lightning energy. Don't be surprised if you run into a few. Oh, really? I get attacked by the little Orby boys, do I? Well, so be it. We're going to learn something fun. Clean the wax out of your ears now, cause there's something I want you to do in way of preparation. The plan's to have you enter the castle by all decked out in Imperial duds. The disguise is more than just clothing you're wearing. You must also act the part. At the very least, you need to know how to perform the convincing Imperial salute. First impressions are everything, as they say. I could teach you the salute myself, of course, but it's best that you learn it from the experts. So get yourself near as you dare to castle and watch the Imperials doing what they do. Oh boy. It's time to go out and learn. seasoned adventurer. That guy doesn't get a name, though. This one, they get a name. With that helmet. Just a welding mask without the frickin' arc weld defense on it. Just behold my defensive barriers. Now, I think it would make the most sense that we first go for the salute, and then as we work our way back, we poke at these. That makes the most sense to me. Also, we're getting very close to the guild level where I'm going to run out of free space for it. So that's going to be an interesting situation. Ooh. A voluptuous Vivian. That is a very horrifying way to name one of these boys. Look at him. Or her. I guess Vivian would imply feminine, but still. Scary. Chocolate Disco, hello! Oh, you devil. You absolute devil. Just coming in here. Claiming everything. How's it going, dude? How are you? Oh, I've made a friend. Fred, unfortunately, has not realized that he is about to die. Pain? What kind of pain? Emotional? Physical? Goodbye, so long. Sleep well, dear prince, on your floating bed of rocks. Let me guess, if I walk in here, there were boys waiting for me. Hello, boys. Drawing straight lines in pain. Oh, is pain. Yes, drawing straight lines is a thing that I don't think anybody truly gets fully comfortable with. There will always be a small arc or angle to your lines, no matter how much you want it not to be. That being said, I still believe in your abilities. If all else fails, use the tools that are, that are available to you. Rulers, or if it's digital, use the, what do you call it? Use, like, the shift key for certain situations. That's for cow. This tool that could potentially help me and make things easier. Nah. Cowardly. Nothing to report, sir. We have received an anonymous warning that insurgent forces are near. We must redouble our vigilance. I would recommend that patrols are increased. Reminds me a little bit of Final Fantasy, early Final Fantasy X. Sounds like a skill issue. You're not the first to have said something like that. I do agree with you, though, that drawing lines, by hand without any assistance is a very big pain in the butt. Hello, Coach Dorn. How are you? How is your weekend going? I hope it has been going well. Now, I know for a fact that it's up there, so will it cancel all the other one when I go there? Or will I still have to do them all? I'll do this one regardless. Not do it yet. Let's first get our little chokey boy out here. Good boy. Now we use the electrica thingamathing. Oh, good friend. Slime ranching. Beat Half-Life 2 VR. New stream avatar. Day off chillin'. Hell yeah. Yeah, I saw you were playing a bit of the new Slime Rancher. How has that been? It looked like it was a pretty decent time from what I could tell. Not that I've played any of the Slime Ranch games ever, but the little that I've witnessed from people play, it seems like a good time. Kind of chaotic in some regards, especially when, you know, like containment is breached and you're just like, oh boy. It's all going to hell. Oh, hello. Rude boy. So Nick's just coming in being just like, I'm your problem now. It's cozy. Definitely try one if it goes on sale. I believe at some point I shall. At the moment, I'm too re-obsessed with a city builder that I really, really love. Because it got like some major updates over the last year. But post that, I'm certainly down to try some new things. Thank you, Firu. Drawing big circles is a pain too. Couldn't agree more. And hey, Kaju, how's it going? You will go to sleep now? Absolutely fine. Have a good night, Firu. Sleep well. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a good sleep. Don't you do it, big guy. Let me be. Good. Excuse me, Kaju. I said hello. I acknowledged your presence. You gun-wielding crazy? Holy solves all problems, don't at me. I think you were playing some Final Fantasy today as well, weren't you, Kaju? How was that? How was that going? I know that you guys beat your big boss boy, so what's next on the docket for you guys? Just gearing up other people, or like what's next on the what's next on the list for your adventures? Did you manage to learn the Imperial Salute? No, no, no. Better you don't demonstrate. I'm liable to fly into a rage and crack skulls. I'll just take your word for it. I learned the Imperial Salute. Nothing now. Just re-clear. And get Biss? I'm not sure what Biss is. Best in slot. Ah, yeah, so it's gear runs at this point. Oh, actually, Kachu, does that mean that you get to go back to being a paladin for the runs? Ling, hello! How are you? We just learned the Imperial Salute. We're doing great right now. I'm glad to hear, Kachu. I hope that you weren't feeling too, or that there weren't any negative feelings for you having to play Dark Knight for a while. Because I know that kind of sucked that you couldn't, that you needed to switch classes to be able to crank out more DPS. I don't know if you guys ended up changing back at one point. Oh, you were salty as hell? But the gear that you guys got from those runs, I presume it has now put you in a situation where you can be a paladin again. You changed back during 3rd week. So we had enough gear to carry. Yeah, exactly. Well, that and everybody's getting more comfortable with the rotations and stuff as well. Your paladin is pumping right now. What does that even mean, pumping? Does that mean that you're full of gas? Are you gassy right now, Kaju? Is that what's happening? Are you doing a lactose intolerance and ate a bunch of cheese? You gassing up a storm? I love that Disco and Ling just went right down the same road. Like, just absolute, like, synchronized wavelengths. Fantastic. Sharing one whole brain cell. Hell yeah. Clown to clown communication. Perfect. Fantastic. The way nature intended it. But does that mean that you've gotten some new gear as well then, Kaju? So you're actually doing the damage that you need to? Dorntastic. Hell yeah. You have the readings? Excellent. Here, let me see the numbers. Can't just hand it over. We have to physically hand it over. Yes, 4 of these crystals would make suitable purpose. Though I pray that they won't have need of their power. My thanks. Gotta go back to this guy. Because I get that some of the tanks do more damage than others. Like, the Paladin is definitely a heavy defensible class, and I presume they don't do quite as much damage as some of the other tanks. But I don't know. Like, I would guess that, like, the Warrior, I guess, would probably, where the Marauder would go, probably does a decent amount of DPS. The Gunbreaker, does the Gunbreaker do a lot of damage? It would make sense from just, like, a visual perspective. In which case, clearly I have to give up on the Paladin and become a Gunbreaker instead. You know, just to be able to be like, yeah, take that. Got you. I don't know. I only know from personal experience. Rain plays all tank. I gotcha. Oh, shoot people. So it's questionable. Gunbreaker is fun. I presume that some can just, like, you know, like all MMOs, there is the top DPS class for, like, each category, right? Like, certain healers are going to do more damage than others. Some DPS are going to do more than others, and some tanks are going to do more than others. If you want to be lazy for healing, tell him to play Warrior, or to run Warrior. You can see it on fflogs.com. It's like borderline the way a bot would write that, could you? Certain healers do more damage. Just run. Are you talking about this sling? Blind your opponents with holy. That's why this tier was a shit show. Oh? Because DPS, oh, because the DPS disparity between the first place and the last place was really big. Ah. Glamour, or glare is what replaces your basic Your basic attack. Oh, an 80 plus. Okay, well, sorry, Ling. I don't have those numbers on me right now. The difference from when I played Paladin at a high level versus me picking up and yeah. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but you were definitely pulling more. Flare Mage is the white mage turn. Sounds like my kind of class. That's not true. That sounds awful. Oh no, another short one. You were pumping 600 to 800 more DPS. That is a notable damage increase. What the fuck? That is like 15% more damage. Or well, for the door boss, that is. Okay, hold on. That would be 800. I stand by my numbers, actually. That's probably close to like 13 to 15% increase. And that, I presume, is not even best in slot previous to these dungeons. Like, that's just them getting you some quick gear. And being like, there we go. You're raid ready, quote unquote. Your god sleeps not, yes? I've heard of your plight from my friend Name. As a fellow adventurer and son of Eorzea both, I would offer you my assistance. In order to infiltrate castle, you and your companions must disguise yourself as Imperial soldiers. The question is how to go about acquiring the uniforms and helmets. There are places a man might purchase them, but individuals who deal in such things are not the sort of whom you can trust your secrets. It would be prudent, I believe, to procure what you need via traditional means from the bodies of the recently deceased owners. A fortified area before castle never lacks the Imperial patrols. It ought not take long to obtain 3 sets of gear, one for each member of the infiltration team. Biggs, Wedge, yourself. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Kaju. It's the interesting thing, like, I never read into this stuff when I used to play World of Warcraft. Hey, Syrinx, how's it going? I never read into that stuff when I was playing World of Warcraft, but, like, I remember, like, every time that there was a patch, like, all the DPS were just on it. And they're just like, you know, they nerfed, I don't know, like, Vicious Charge, and, warriors are so screwed now. That was basically, like, the keystone of my rotation. And then the hunter would be like, I got another buff, as I do most of the time. And everyone's like, shut up, Hunter, you're stupid. So, like, it is definitely a whole thing, right? It is difficult to balance this. This game doesn't do game-breaking nerfs. I just casual play, my dude. I agree with you, Ling. I'm always the one who would sit in you know, just sit in the voice call while the DPS and some of the tanks were like, you know, like, I can't believe that they nerfed Frost Mage. God, it was so powerful, and then they finally took it away. And, you know, like they reduced the damage output, or they increased a cooldown or something. And you're just sitting there like, well, that's a shame. Did they do anything to druids? And just like, oh yeah, the arcane druid got this, this, and this. I'm like, yeah, what about healer druids? Like, oh, we didn't read about that. I'm like, all right, then I just presume we're doing fine. It feels bad when the class your main gets nerfed. They rather buff things up to catch up with other jobs, unless you're the machinist. The machinist is the forgotten job. Wait, so is machinist just bad? Well, bad in the sense of, like, it is the weakest and shows no signs of ever getting a boost. Because I kind of wanted to try Machinist a little bit. Because, like, thematically, it looked nice. When you have what you need, return here and allow me to inspect the spoils. They have been the weakest job since Stormblood. 4 years. Oh my god. They are the forgotten stepchild. I will say, Dark Knight and Machinist give me heart attacks as a healer because of certain skills. Oh? Go on, Ling. I'd love to hear about it. They can clear the tier now that people have geared. Well, now that other people are geared, I'm sure they're fine. They summon things, and I sometimes think they're players. The Machinist summons things? Machinist it's really on the oppressed group. Oh no. So I'll be like, why is this person just standing there in the attack? Queen, oh my god, lol. Yes, Kaju. I'm confused, but I presume that they spawn like turrets or something. GD Queen gives me heart attacks every time. I don't know what GD means, but high level summons a humanoid robot. Oh, that's cool. I guess so. They're basically engineers, right? Oh, got it. Queen is a big robot you can summon. She just charges in with a drill. It's very jarring to see when you're doing mechanics. Right, because you don't always look at the... How to say? You're not always looking at the situation. How to say it? As a healer, you're looking at a mixture of health bars and the silhouettes of people. So when you just see a silhouette rushing in when a big AoE is about to happen, you're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why aren't you moving? I'm sorry to hear that, Ling. So is that my idiot, not my clown? Not my circus? Or is that my idiot? That's my idiot! But all my friends play casters, so I'm stuck tank. Well, Kaju, if I ever get to max level in this game, I will definitely level up both a healer and a tank, so that you can play your precious summoner. You know, if you'll have me, of course. Rain was leveling us earlier. He keeps getting aggroed to hell and back. Aren't summoners currently like on the higher side of DPS production? I'm going off like old data because sometimes I just like to peek in every now and then and just be like, what's going on? Pug Temp kept losing aggro for some reason. That's when you learn that the tank didn't have their freaking like threat thing up. And it's just been going like, I've never had to turn that on. Why is that happening now? And then everyone sighed and died. They just have a lot of mobility. Oh, I see. Oh, right, because they send their little The little thing. I've seen it. Look, Ling, I'm saying it because I can guarantee that it's a thing. Because some people just don't read the mechanics. And so they don't understand what's happening. Also, tanks that refuse to use cooldown. I like... When I get a new ability, I read it. Yeah, actually, Ling was telling me about that. I believe it's both the astrologist or the astrologian and the... Oh, it's the scholar. That's right. It's the scholar. It's the scholar and the summoner. And tanks that refuse to use cooldowns. I blast cooldowns when I think that they seem... I don't know when I'm supposed to use them properly yet, but I like using them. Like, it's neat when you get into pull a big group and then pop the, whatever that ability is, where it lets you, for like the paladin, where you do like an AoE reduced damage output from opponents within range by 10% or whatever. Have you seen the, I have not. What's the newest drama? Yes, please spill the tea, Kaju. Just not on the carpet, please. It's very difficult to get out once it's in there, you know? It's like red wine. Because everybody's whining. Ah! I'm sorry. Read it. Oh, is it a big text? Oh, I can't. How'd you read it for me? How'd you summarize it? Wait, what's the name of the title? When you use for mitigation / aura and still die to auto attack / raid wipe as a tank, then you will blame healers too. Ew. Were you able to obtain 3 sets of Imperial armor? I was. Take these. Oh, basically, dude, bitches. Another guy is just like, hey, noticing that you're bad. And thank you for the hydrate, by the way, Chuck. Well, that's a shame for that guy, I suppose. Heckin' rip his soul. Damaged as I suspected. In their present state, I fear that these uniforms and helms would draw suspicion. They must be repaired, but only superficially. Fortunately, the blacksmith name at the Diamond Forge in Person's House of Splendors would be able to hammer them into shape in no time. I already sent word ahead and have been assured that he is expecting you. Worry not, we have already impressed upon him the need for utmost secrecy as to the nature of your mission. Well, there you go. I actually just talked to this guy recently. I just unlocked the ability to augment relic armor? I don't understand what it means because it looks like it doesn't do anything, but... it's not my fault, it's the healer's fault, my dude. You sure about that? Dum-dum. Oh, you stole the outfits. Yeah, no, I did a mission earlier, so now little onion head over here, I can be like, hey, augment my healer outfit, and I don't know what it does. Like, what's the bonus to this? It doesn't increase its stats. Does it look different? It doesn't look different. Had that happen during Doma Castle run with the Dark Knight? In which case, Ling, sorry. So you're the adventure person centaur. I've been waiting for you. Let's see what you got for me. Just take them. Oh, they are all damaged. And they kept trying to say it was because I didn't use Tetra when I never needed to use Tetra. Dark Knight refused to. I don't get what it like. Cooldowns are not, you know, a finite resource. You know, like yeah, they're once you pop them, you need to make sure that you're like, okay, well, I have the next, you know, I don't know, like 5-10 minutes or whatever to ponder this. But if the cycle for the boss fight is the big hit happens every X amount of time, it's like, oh, this could save my life, save everybody else, and make everybody's life a little bit easier. You know, use it. Sir, please fix these for me. I see. Yes, I reckon I can hammer these back into shape for you. After all, I owe your friend Name a favor or two. Took good care of old Name back in the days when I fell in with old Rowena. Rowena, he did. Did you know he's the son of one of the wealthiest families in the Sultanate? Wouldn't expect someone like that to end up in the life that he did, but I suppose I always felt the venturer's life calling to him. But here I am babbling on when there's work to be done. You held your horsebirds for a moment, and the great Name will have your gear looking good as new. Hell yeah. And then he blamed me after we died once due to him dying and the boss wiping the party. It's been years. You're still salty. You never do forget, Ling. You never forget. Just don't be like me and jump or throw yourself off a balcony. Just don't do that. It's not worth it, I promise. Now you think I'll be fine? As long as you try to use cooldowns, it's fine. Like I said, I don't know when to use them, but I do use them to at least keep the muscle memory in my fingers. And there we have it. You won't do much good in battle. They wouldn't do you much good in battle, mind you. But from what I hear, that ain't your priority. So anyhow, do send Name my regards, will you? Oh, thank you. You're a good lad. A good lad doing the good deeds, I suppose. Wait, so is this where she is? There she is! The devil herself, apparently. Foreign merchant? That's neato, I suppose. No, I want to click on it. No, why would they do that? I mean, I'm not the most amazing paladin either, but cooldowns during... Slash only cooldowns during... TB or raid wide. I don't know what TB is. Why do you guys use shorthand for somebody who's not down with the lingo? Tank Buster, gotcha. Still don't know what Tank Buster is, but I can at least put that piece together. Hello, mein friend. And you have the uniforms? Yes, they are all repaired and pretty now. I don't know how Biggs is going to fit into one of these, but... Or Wedge, for that matter. They would be hanging off. Boss versus really big attacks from bosses. If anyone but the Tant takes it, they're usually dead. Unless they themselves have a cooldown. Yes, these will serve beautifully. The great Name never fails to impress. The quality of these repairs would fool even a legatus. Legatus? Thus equipped, you shall not have any trouble blending in amongst the Imperial forces. And cooldowns are different from DPS and healer cooldowns. Ling, please. If you time it properly, I'm sure you could survive. I don't know what kind of cooldown you'd use, but you can try. I don't know the healer stuffs. Yeah, exactly, Ling. And what you just need to do is you just need to time your heal like frame perfect. Pixel frame perfect so that you can blast yourself with a big heal right as the damage hits you so that you mitigate the damage. So it hits you for like 20k, but you heal for 25k, you know? Boom. Nah, you'll take death and watch everyone's... Wow. Ling, why are you like this? Bruh. Lest you fear that the Guardians might detect your foreignness, foreigners in fact form the greater part of the Garlean invasion force of Eorzea. You see, when the Imperials subjugate a new territory, they assimilate the people of the land into armed forces in turn. So, I mean, that basically means that they're just Rome. My mitigations for the final boss is so tight. I don't understand what you mean, Kaju, but congratulations. I'm very proud of you. In this way, Garleman nips rebellions in the bud and extends the territory in one fell stroke. And with that, my part of your mission is done. I am fully glad to have been of assistance to your cause. Blah, 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 blah. That if I'm late by a few seconds, it just rips down the front line and people will die if I'm late on mid. Oh, sorry. I thought you mean you were it was so tight as in like you fucking have it on the, you know, on call. You're ready. You're absolute championness. But no, you mean that you have, you know, like microseconds to time your cooldowns properly. Gotcha. Why would I, a wealthy merchant, wish to help you? I know not where you heard this tale, but believe me when I say that I am but a humble adventurer, one who desires only to act in the best interest of the realm. Why do you lie to me, friend? Yeah, that's why cooldown's important. Yeah. Sounds like raiding in Final Fantasy is stressful. So, we'll see what happens. Look how happy he is. It's too bad he's a Lalafell, but you know, we all gotta just deal with it one time or another. Good work getting them Imperial duds. You'll be pleased to hear that I ain't gone idle myself. It took me long enough, but I finally hatched a plan to get us a suit of Magitech armor. Now, from what I've seen, the castle deploys a Reaper for most of its patrols. I like that I read it, I understand it, and then I can't say the word. Trouble is, the patrols themselves are irregular, meaning random routes and random deployment, and hardly any of them come anywhere near Revenant's Toll. So, hoping to coax the Imperials out of their shell, I took the liberty of feeding a bit of old false intel, telling them insurgents have designs on their stronghold. Oh, that's what they were saying earlier, that insurgents were had increased their presence in the area. Smart. I like that they've added those two things together. 'Tisn't far from the truth now that I come to think of it. Any road, we should start seeing more patrols than we have up till now. What you need to do is approach one of the patrols dressed up in your shiny tin armor and alert them to the enemy's presence. Having done that, you'll want to lure them near to Revenant's Toll as you can. Like as not, though, they might be wary of venturing far from their own walls. If they do need some extra encouragement, use the smoke signal here. Filched fresh from an Imperial scout. They'll come running when they see that, and when the cavalry arrives, you'll hit them hard and make off with the Reaper. Simple as that. And if I'm not mistaken, there's patrols sweeping the perimeter right now, so run along now. Oh, and don't forget to salute. Perfect. It's fun. Is it, Kaju? Is it? Is it? Or is it fun for you? Mayhaps. Depends on the person, I'm sure. I did have fun raiding back in the day in WoW, but there were definitely days where I was there because other people needed me there more than I was there because I wanted to be there. Especially in college when I was like, you know, swamped with math homework and assignments and just being like, I'm sure it's fine that I'm not working right now. Carry on, soldier. Insurgents gathering to the east, you say. Judging by your description, they are well beyond the perimeter. I will not have to say... but I will not say that I was remiss. You, return to the scene and keep an eye on these insurgents. Should things go wary, use your smoke signal to call us. I mean, this is a pretty decent, like, patrol group. And look, they all have personalities. We have the Cross Imperial, the Careless Imperial, the Belligerent Imperial, the Amiable Imperial, and the Beguiled Imperial. Ugh, all of them just a lovely little group. It's a shame we're going to be murdering them soon. Let's give the enemy just a tiny bit of personality so that when you stomp their faces into the dirt, you'll feel a little bit bad about it. Oh no, this was the Beguiled one. Oh, he had such a life ahead of him. Stomp! No mercy. And why would you do that to me, Kachi? What if I didn't want to? What if I was like, you know what? Raiding's just not for me. I'm just happy with a high-level character. I'm just gonna do crafting whenever I need to de-stress from a day of work. Just gonna go ahead and have fun with that. And you're just like, Will, we're gonna go do the hardest difficulty. We're gonna do Mythic, or the Final Fantasy version of Mythic. And I'm like, I really don't want to. And you're just like, you can't become a good healer if you don't do the hard stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm dragged into a call and everything sucks. Oh, this is actually level 50. Oh shit, we're actually catching up. That is the weakest smoke trail. I hope you don't mind me joining. Seeing as how we're seizing advanced weaponry, I thought it would be best to be on hand. Ah, there she is. This is the place. But where is the enemy? Sir, over there. Send in the Reaper. Let us make an example of these insurgents. And then set. Ling, he's bullying me. While I'm watching him listening to Rain cry about the pugs on the side. Give them my best. Give them my condolences if you are willing to, Ling. Oh, hello, new friends. Uh-oh. Woo, that was a hard hit. That wasn't very nice. No! Your little cannon can't help me. I mean, I used to run EX. I don't know what EX is, but I presume it's hard mode. If I were to hazard a guess. We did it, but he's pretty damaged. At last, we have our very own suit of Magitech armor. Not wishing to look a gift chocobo in the beak, but it does seem rather worse for wear, doesn't it? Biggs, Wedge, what's your honest assessment? Well, there's the fact that she's smoking, of course, but looking past that, I'd say she's structurally sound. I don't like the way the legs are buckled. I hate to say it, but the servo mechanism may be damaged. Eh? But aren't those things protected by ilm-thick armor plate? They are, yes, it's odd. The casing doesn't seem to have taken a blow. I don't suspect, well, I forgot to read it. I just clicked because I'm smart. The healer, a sage, is dying constantly and not healing. You gotta love when the person that keeps you alive dies, you know? Or whose job it is to keep you alive dies, and you're just like, oh. Yeah. Whatever it is we're dealing with, I'm not resting until it's fixed. No wink of sleep. You got that, Wedge? Oh. Mumble, mumble. Cart chocobo. I heard that. A hall has been set aside for us for our use in Revenant's Toll. That's where we will carry out repairs. So look for us there, Sleeps. Are we about to see the toss? Give us that toss. He's a summoner, so he's raising, but the sage is just not healing. Wait, so the sage? Wait, are you telling me that the healer is just legit not being a healer right now? Wait, you reached Heaven's Sword? I don't think so. I don't know when Heaven's Sword is. Oh, you're talking about Ling. I'm sorry. I'm being a stupid, I think. I don't know what the... You can't see it, but I'm making tear hand movements. Like, I don't know which expansion is which. I don't know which one is first, which one is second, which one is third. I just know Realm Reborn. That's all I got. Kaju has tried to talk to me about it over and over again, and it just doesn't stay. It just doesn't lock in. Magitech armor? Sid and the others took it inside. Go on in and join them. Oh, thank you. When you see dragons, you know you're on Heaven's Ward. Gotcha. And what? Okay, and when you get to Japan, gotcha, you're in Stormblood. And when the story makes you cry a lot, you're in the next one, I think. I don't even know if there is a next one. We're now had time to take a closer look at the Reaper. Our primary diagnosis is correct. She's structurally sound, but her servo mechanism is faulty. Need not worry though, Biggs and Wedge will see her restored to her former glory in no time at all. Give these two something to mend, and they will think of nothing else till the job is done. It's a marvelous thing to behold, provided you remind them to visit. You remind them to visit the privy? I don't know what that means. And your WOL. One day I'll learn these terms. One day. Warrior of Light. I see. Spoilers, Ling. Spoilers. The repairs are proceeding apace. It shouldn't be long before Biggs and Wedge complete the work. There is, however, one small problem. As you recall, the Mechana's servo mechanism. I keep forgetting that frickin' servo mechanism is so weirdly important to this story. Servo mechanism was discovered to be faulty. Wedge has supplementally ascertained that the Magitech core which drives it is worn beyond repair. Such cores are rather fragile devices which may be replaced at regular intervals. Thanks to the negligence of our Imperial comrades, however, the one that we're using on this Reaper is long overdue. Alas, we do not have access to a ready replacement here in location, but all is not lost. Wedge thinks that he might be able to identify an alternative source. Go and see him, would you? He'll explain the details to you. Wedge, teach me your ways. As I believe the chief has already informed you, the Magitech core is worn beyond use. We need to find a replacement. I thought about having you acquire more Reapers, but even if the... Ow! Thank you, Pom Pom. And hello, hello. How are you? The Dunderhead maintenance engineers of Castle had remembered to replace their cores. They would risk arousing Imperial suspicion, hiccup. But do not despair, for I believe there is a solution. To substitute the Magitech core with a mammoth heart. In case you don't know, a mammoth heart can be used to gain sentience to an automaton. By my reckoning, such a device could be more than capable of regulating the armor's servo mechanisms. Ah! Can't stay because I'm driving, but go fight Win with the force of 1,000 pillows. And also, hello, Not the Big Boss. Also, safe trip, Pom Pom. How's it going, Not the Big Boss? How are you? How's your weekend going so far? 1,000 pillows delivered. I felt those 1,000 pillows. That was a death by 1,000 paper cuts moment right there. We'll need to make some minor modifications to the housing unit. I already placed an order for a first-rate part at the Goldsmith Guild. All that remains is for someone to go to Ul'dah and collect it. Oh, and to pay for it. Did I mention how much it costs? No? Well, typically, something to the order of, I hope you don't mind footing the bill. It's for a good cause. I'm gonna kick Wedge's ass right now. Weekend is quiet so far. Tomorrow should be hilarious. Oh, what's going on? Not Big Boss. What adventures are heading your way that might prove hilarity? Oh. Oh, sorry. Needed to stretch for a second. When you sit in front of a computer all day. A bunch of my brother-in-law's friends are going to buy their future houses. Well, that sounds like an adventure. No, future houses. I don't quite know, or homes. Sorry. What do you mean by future homes? What does this imply? What does it mean? Oh. Well done. Sorry, that caught me off guard. That's when you make a big deal out of it. You know, everybody gets together, you turn it into like a potluck. Everybody brings something tasty. And just like, you know, finally one of them sits at the head of the table as everybody's having a good time. It's just like, you might be wondering why we have why I brought you all here. Everyone's like, we know why we're here. The wake of my brother's death, everyone is now planning for it too. Yeah, that would actually make a lot of sense, Big Boss. Like, usually events like that have a tendency to kind of kick people in the rear, and it's like, oh, maybe I should put some time into this. Give me 1 second. Actually pretty smooth. Perfect. It is an odd thing, isn't it, when we're so... Like, people are very... What's the wording I want to use there? We're very absorbed into our own little worlds until something kicks down the door in some way. And all of a sudden, there's a moment of just like, oh! You know, like it just hits you all of a sudden. You know, just like all of the things that you either purposefully ignore or are just oblivious to. It's always very fascinating when stuff like that happens. Brother-in-law does not work for the cemetery, but he has done some good work convincing his friends and other strangers to buy into. Does he get a discount for this? Does he get referral? Does he give out referral codes? And gets like a 5% reduction to his purchase for every referral code he hands out. Ask him, does he do commission? Exactly. Well, he should. Single-handedly filling out that cemetery, but he gets 5%. I called it. I called it! Oh, shit! Oh, I'm sorry. Obviously not trying to make light of that, like that stuff, because obviously, like, there's a serious tone to it, but just, oh, the fact there's just a silliness of just the moment you wrote down he gets 5% off. I'm just like, oh my god, got him. Oh, it's all good. We gotta find humor somewhere. Absolutely, like dark humor is there for a reason. Which, you know, it's something that I do as well. Like, if somebody's having a day, I try to make light of it, respectfully, mind you, but you know, try to kind of find the humor in it all, which can be very difficult from time to time. But, sir, ma'am. No respect. I was first in line. You're supposed to get behind. No, I'm in the front of the line. Enjoy your heal before you leave. Goodbye. I have to say, chat, if you have any assets, you should write your wills as well. I don't think I really own anything besides, like, I guess my bank account. But I think that's already set up, technically, that should something happen to me, it goes to somebody else. You have money anywhere, assign a will. That's fair. Write it and have it notarized. I genuinely have like no clue how that stuff works. Like, are you supposed to call like an accountant, a lawyer? Like, what's the, is there a fee? Is it a perpetual situation like insurance where like every month you have to pay X amount because you have a will lingering around? Or legal will kits, okay. Oh, there you've come to collect the heart, have you? And then you must be here on behalf of the Ironworks. I've taken the liberty of picking the finest example we have, a heart fitting for a prince amongst name. Payment? Oh, that won't be necessary. The heart is for Master Alfie's personal use, after all. He notified us a short while ago, that his servant would be coming to collect it. Tender in the years though he might be, Master Alfie has been a benefactor of ours since our predecessor's time. The Goldsmiths Guild would not dream of charging him. But here is the heart. May it serve you well. Oh, and please do pass on my compliments to your master. Master? That SOB. They are 500 to 700 to be notarized. Or at least it's legal. But at least it's legally binding and undisputable. I already wrote mine. No, please. The idea of randomly getting a phone call one day and just being like, hello, so, you know, so-and-so, or as the will put in brackets, not the big boss. I don't know what that is referring to, but apparently that was I was legally required to tell you that name just in case. Has left you something, and I'm like, okay. I don't know what to do with this. Okay. I think I'd be more just startled by the fact that that would mean Big Boss wouldn't be in my chats anymore. And I'd just be sad about that. That was exactly my reaction. Yeah, where you're just kind of flabbergasted. There's just kind of that. You're like borderline staring at your phone, just like like your brain hasn't even fully put the pieces together yet. You're just like, what? I've gotten inheritance money once because when my Opa died many years ago. And like I didn't know him very well. Like he still lived in the Netherlands. He was afraid of flying in planes, so he never came to visit. I didn't get a chance to go to visit there very often. So like, you know, we weren't exactly what I would call close. But, like, it was kind of one of those, like, when... It was a very strange thing, right? Like, all of a sudden, the inheritance money kind of, like, landed in my account. And, like, that's when it kind of, like, really hit me. Like, oh, they are not there anymore. Massive responsibility, and that's why I think my brother is trolling me from behind. Yeah, that's right, you mentioned. Where he's just like, ah, my brother. The man who hates paperwork. I will give you paperwork the likes of which you have not known. And you're just like, legally I have to do this. Want to go in? It's hardly needs saying. It may not, but try not to be seen. Yeah, the motherfucker. And there's just an immediate pause on the, like an immediate like silence on the F. It's like cut to, you know, like the camera wipe to you doing paperwork. And just in a perpetual state of thinks he can make me do paperwork. Show him some paperwork. Did I get the hearts? Did not tell. Also, this is why I'm glad that I've been replaying this game. I did not know that this item gave partial sentience of some sort to the device. So that actually was just like, oh shit. That makes certain moments in the story later like click in with me a lot more. Almost done though. A few more things and it should be settled. Good on you, big boss. I hate paperwork. The little that I've had to do in my life, you know, comparatively to some other people. But, like, you know, it's sometimes good to just be like, all right, you know, fuck it. Today is the day we do the paperwork. Hooray! Thank you very much. Gasp, but this is majestic. It must have cost an emperor's ransom. Free of charge, courtesy of Alfie. Coming from an influential family certainly has its advantages. It certainly does. Wedge, it certainly does. But without further ado, let's give it a try. I've already modified the housing unit, and this should slot right in. I don't know how you're getting up there. You're a tiny little fella. It's gonna be Biggs that puts it in place in the end. There, she's ready. Magitech armor, engage. Or not. Haha. She just needs a loving tap, I wager. Yes, she's alive! Let's take her outside and put her through her paces. Sleeps, would you care to do the honors? Of course! Given a chance to ride a cool machine like this? Let's do it. Come on, catch a ride! As they say. Hop into the pilot seat. We'll begin as soon as you're ready. First, I'll let you try climbing the angle of crystals yonder. As far up as you can go, if you please. Oh, and if for some reason you need to dismount, simply come back here and we'll start again. Aha! Ah, yes, Realm Reborn. Absolutely. Hello, Nunu. Thank you for coming by. as you can see, I am very, very, very early in the storyline. Like, at least from, like, the Realm Reborn, I'm making decent progress, but I've got a lot of story to go through still. No anonymous movements evidence from either leg. Good. Next, jump back down and then sprint north. Quickly as you can. Don't you do it, you devil. How could you? Leg joints absorbing all the impact without incident. Excellent. Please continue. Please make your way back. And how's it going, Nunu? I take it that you are also a Final Fantasy XIV player of some sort? In some capacity, as it were? Alright. This your first time playing Final Fantasy XIV? So, I've beaten the storyline for A Realm Reborn 3 times already over the course of the last 2 years. And that's as far as I've gotten, because I just keep on getting hit by, like, random life stuff, and then I step away for a while, and when I get back, I'm just like, well, I can't. You know, like, I need to start over again. I've just, you know, like, I've forgotten too much. I'm too disconnected from it, etc. So, hopefully this time, because I'm trying to stream it as much as I can, that, you know, I can do that. Yeah, I'm endgame literally. Just need to do the new raids, but I'm lazy. It's not lazy. That's taking your time. It's different. Torso remains sturdy during vigorous motion. Excellent. And that concludes our test. Thank you for your cooperation. Here is a summary of my findings. The drivetrain is in sound condition. With some fine tuning, we can...
Welcome.
Nunu, thank you very much for the follow. That's very appreciated. Thank you. With some fine tuning, we can expect a notable improvement in performance. As for the servo mechanism, I don't know why the servo mechanism is so integral to this plot line, but it's just like, no. The servo mechanism is basically, you know, like a main character now to this situation. I'm afraid it is not nearly as responsive as it should be, but I am at a loss to explain why. The heart is in pristine condition and should be installed correctly. Perhaps the inner workings are simply too different to be operating harmoniously with the armor's other mechanisms. What server realm am I playing on? I am in, I think it's Crystal? And I'm on the Quirl. I think you're supposed to pronounce it Coral. But yeah, I'm in, like, I think that's technically, like, well, it's in the North American servers, at least. I want to do it the other way. Whereas Magitech Core serves only to conduct impulses, the Hearts enables automata to process the information collected by the other sensors as feeling. Gasp! Feeling! Maybe she doesn't feel like she's part of the team. In which case, we must do our best to make her feel welcome. I do love this. We play on the server realm. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Click. It made a single sound. We do so love it when the old unfeeling robot that now suddenly has some semblance of sentience, you know, suddenly makes a clicking noise at you. Every little thing she does is Magitech. What a freaking name for a quest. Out of curiosity, Nunu, what job do you main as? I don't know a whole lot of the classes, unfortunately, but I'm currently leveling both the paladin and the white mage. I'm currently sticking to the white mage because I've been having a little bit of trouble with paladin, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? Healing myself. That's pretty cool. I mean, Reaper and Samurai. Oh, cool. So I don't know anything about the Reaper whatsoever, but the Samurai looks really neat to me. Started leveling Summoner. You are actually the second or the third person in this chat that is currently talking about Summoners. So you are in good company, apparently. Well done. Daft as it feels, I gave it my best. I've welcomed myself to a bloody standstill. What were you expecting to do anyway? Bob us a curtsy? Don't be mean. Be nice to it. No doubt you're wondering why the servo mechanism is so important to warrant this silliness. Without it, the pilot would be required to control the armor's every movement manually. It would be onerous. It would be a onerous task at the best of times and wholly impractical during combat. Be nice to it. Using a heart in place of a worn Magitech core seemed a promising solution. Alas, the device does not appear to be compatible with the Garlean technology. How could you say such a thing? Wedge, is there no other way we might demonstrate our appreciation to our friend here? I'm at my wit's end, Chief. She just doesn't seem convinced. We could try a little dance, perhaps. Or cheering our heads off. Imperials! They've come for the armor. Well, you should have hidden a little bit more. Damn it! They have us cornered. Oh, it's just these guys. Weak. There's the Reaper. Yeah. Taken by the traitor Garland and the Slayer. Oh, bollocks. Call for reinforcements. Yes, please. Activate it. The hells you will. So, for those of you who don't know, that animation just now of him hitting that button, the way that they would have had to animate that, they would have had to basically detach his arm from his body and just simply animate the arm. Like, I would love to see a camera angle from a different perspective of that little animation because, oh my goodness, it would look insane. Summoner is really good after Endwalker was released. I mean, you can summon primals. That's crazy, Nunu. And res people. The resing people is nice. I definitely, yes, I believe Ling was just talking about that recently, that I believe their partner was playing as a summoner at the moment and are currently doing a bunch of pug games where their healer's not healing, so the summoner is trying to keep people alive by resing them. Which, imagine the suffering, the misery, the disillusion even. We've located the stolen Reaper, requesting immediate assistance. Respond. Respond! No use. Some sort of interference. Curse you, Garland. No matter. We can't reclaim it, destroy it. Oh. I love that they can't have access to reinforcements, but they can have access to reinforcements. Bloody hell. Sleeps. Protect the arm or the armor at all cost. The arm. I'm still stuck on the arm. No reinforcements? Right, Disco? Then what the heck is this thing? Did they just have that in the pocket? Now, you get back here. Oi! Oi. Oh no! Well. Time to get rid of this boy. There we go. Alright. You need to stop your madness for a little bit. There we go. Drift now peacefully to sleep, you little giant. You leave our little armor boy alone. Hey, what did I just say? Down you go. Good boy. Good boy. Now we scrap him for parts. Camera panning over. Something must be happening. Gasp. Some of these animations are amazing. Chief, look, she moved. Ah, now she deigns to grace us with her presence. Took us a good while, but we're finally ready. It's time to infiltrate castle and rescue our companions. Nod. Ah, the horn going through the thing. Much sadness. There, the finishing touch. Do what I think you did. Just a reminder that we just marked something that we're going to infiltrate the place with a marking that indicates that it's been tampered with, you know. A genius play there, Wedge. Thank you so much for putting us in immense danger. All right. The servo mechanism is now fully operational, and all it took was a simple fight to the death. Remind me not to install the heart aboard the Enterprise, would you? Much as I love her, I would rather not be required to profess to profess it while boarding. But enough about that. Let us see to our final preparations. Thanks to Biggs and Wedge, Reaper is as good as ready. We are as prepared as we'd like to get. Oh, cool. We reached the point where I can actually move faster in this area. Hell yeah. Progress. And as we all know, we like progress around here. All right. We're going to do one more mission, I think, and then we're going to call it for the night. I apologize that I've been reducing my streams from 3 hours to 2 hours. About 2 hours. But unfortunately, employment is ruining me right now, and I haven't found a good work-life balance yet, just simply due to the fact that it's a little bit wavy in term, or it's basically like a sine. You know, like a sine wave in terms of how much work we're doing. So, unfortunately, I don't need to apologize for anything. I can apologize as much as I gosh darn want, Cyrix. Except the time you cursed me and my family into an existence of pie makers. Look! The town needed pie makers, and no one was stepping up to the plate. I had to do something. You know? What's a little bit of witchcraft amongst friends? Alright. I might actually be doing this for a very long quest, in which case we might actually reach 3 hours, so we'll see what happens. How go your preparations, Sleeps? We leave as soon as you're ready. Name, you came. I thought I'd give you all a roaring send-off. 'Tis the least I can do for the fine men and women what are about to make my lifelong wish come true. Well, we'll do our best. It occurs to me, but with all the help you've afforded us, we know little and less about you. What did the Empire do to earn your ire? But I fear I've put curiosity before consideration. I quite understand that if you'd rather not relive those memories. No, I don't mind, really. Truth be told, a part of me was itching to tell you my tale. Mind you, it is hardly novel. I ain't the first to suffer at the Imperial's hands. Blue, hello, how are you? Always good to see you. How's your weekend been going so far? Like most folk, I used to have a mother. She was sweet and caring woman with a smile never far from her face. There was a sister too, pretty little thing. She was gentle as a lamb, but tough as nails. We were poor folks living simple lives, but we knew happiness just the same. And then the Imperials came and took it all away. When location fell, they put my family in a camp. Being a lad, I was made to do hard labor. While my mother and sister were forced to do far worse. They hid their suffering from me as best they could, but I knew, and the thought of it drove me mad. We had to escape, and I hatched a plan to get us out of the city. We were picking our way through a gorge not far outside the walls when they caught us, and rather than allow them to be taken again, my mother and sister leaped over the edge before my very eyes. Heartbroken as I was, I didn't put up a fight when the Imperials clapped me in chains and dragged me back. You're very tired, but you're finally home, so it's okay. That's fair. I hope that you get some good sleep tonight, Blue. You've been working hard recently, so you deserve a good night's sleep. 'Twas some years after that I escaped again, and that time I got away. I swore then that I'd get revenge on the Empire, and became an adventurer so as to hone my skills and earn the coin I needed. But nigh on 2 decades of since gone by, and what have I accomplished? Bugger all, that's what. Hope the last fantasy is going well. It's been going quite well. We've been making quite a bit of progress, actually. And people's in chat have been very good conversationalists. They've actually been telling me about their Final Fantasy experiences, so it's been a good time. Not like you lot. You've been here 10 minutes and have already done more than I've managed in 10 bloody years. You give us too much credit, Name. We seek only to rescue our friends. Well, what's more important than that? Any road, after you've got your friends back, your plans are going after the Empire, and don't pretend you're planning on going after the Empire, and don't pretend you ain't. I've helped a few folks take on the Imperials over the years, but every time I have, it's helped stave off my appetite for revenge. But Summit tells me I won't be hungry for a while with everything you've got planned. One could call it an ending fantasy. Absolutely, you could absolutely call it that. You shouldn't, but you could. Absolutely. Pog. I'll let you finish your Final Fantasy. I'll let you your Fantasyers continue your conversation. You are absolutely allowed to chime in, Blue. Like, even if you haven't played Final Fantasy, you're allowed to talk. The chat's open for everybody. Don't you worry about that. You're not interrupting anything. There's a small pause. The conversation doesn't have to stick to that anyway. We can always change topics. Or I can hold multiple conversations at once. It's not that difficult. And are you sure that will not satisfy? And you are sure that will satisfy you? You wish to strike back at the Empire? Yeah, the Empire strikes back. With your own hand? You only need to say the word. We were glad to have you with us. Tempting though your offer is, I'm afraid, I'm afeared, I must decline. I swore I'd take revenge on the Empire, 'tis true, but I've long since realized that the front lines are no place for a man like me. Well, that's a shame. There's some that would call me a craven, but I prefer to think of myself as realistic. My talents lie in scheming, you see, not swordplay. Helping folks like you is how I make the most difference. You know what? I appreciate somebody like this with self-awareness, where it's just like, look, I want to be on the front lines. Don't get me wrong. That is where I want to be. But I'm good at coming up with plans. That's where I can do the most damage in the way of our favor. Multiple conversations. What are you, an octopus of conversing? What? Where did you learn these skills? Being social? I don't know about that, Syrinx. Being social is complicated and difficult at the same time. He's out of control. Next thing, you know, he's going to touch grass. I would never do. How dare you even accuse me of such things, Blue? That's just unreasonable. But that's quite enough storytelling for one day. Best to not keep your friends waiting any longer. I'll be praying for your safety and success. May name of God give you strength. Yeah. Not the grass. Not the grass. Ah, it's on my hands. Ah. I hope that's what you were going for, Syrinx. I hope that was the reference that we were both trying to reach. Wherever the Empire goes, misery inevitably follows in its wake. For the sake of all who call Eorzea home, we must put an end to Gaius's ambitions. But first, we have friends to rescue. Biggs, Wedge, and I will lay in wait east of Castle. Ooh, excuse me. Just outside the stronghold's patrol perimeter. I'm glad you got it. Well, I'm glad that we were on the same wavelength. It's always nice for an unintentional plan to come together. Join us when you're ready. Oh, and don't forget to wear your disguise, or this will be the shortest rescue mission in history. You can't tell me what to do. 240 hertz. Is that what that is? Is that what this is? Is that what we are? What are we, Syrinx? Oh, so this music reminds me of Final Fantasy X for some reason. But I don't remember exactly where. But I recognize it. I need to ask my friend about that later. Be like, hey, well, I thought we were a couple, but you keep leaving me to leave Kaju. Yeah, I just leave everybody, Syrinx. I'm a very guarded individual, you see. I'm incapable of being in relationships because I feel too confined in them, you know? I'm a peacock. You just gotta let me fly. Excuse me. You said I was the only one for you. I said that. Oh, that explains why that guy was getting attacked. He was getting attacked by this thing because of them. Alright, this makes a lot more sense suddenly. During sex, will you ship it? You shouldn't ship it. It only ends in heartbreak. Shipping that is actually a cruel thing to do. It's mean. Excuse me. All right. Tell me your story. Forgive me for saying so, but you look rather fine in Imperial black and crimson. Definitely your colors. But now is not the time for jest. What? I look like a babe! Let's review the infiltration plan. Castle lies just beyond. A short while ago, an Imperial patrol left to go do its rounds. Alfie and I will create a diversion out here, keeping them occupied as long as we're able to. Meanwhile, you three will enter the stronghold, posing as the patrol returning from duty. Would Alfie and I prove less distracting than hope? I will contact you via Link Pearl. Be ready to beat a hasty retreat. Very nice, very nice. Wedge will lead the way in the Reaper. Keep close to him. I hardly need to tell you this, but don't do anything suspicious. Just start in Dungeons and Dragons. That would imply, please don't just start pickpocketing random people, please. Oh, and lest you wonder, Yada and Y'shtola left shortly before you arrived. We had planned that they should linger in the vicinity to cover our retreat in the effort that Alfie and I attract too much attention, but the approach of the Imperial vessel forced us to improvise. Don't be too disappointed. They left a message for you, something along the lines of "Don't do anything reckless." If memory serves, wise words. This is a big moment, guys. Are you excited? All right. Here, the Imperial patrol should be returning any moment. You'd best be off. Good luck, Sleeps. May the 12 keep you. If you don't want to be pickpocketed, then just don't have pockets. Blue, that is such an unreasonable statement. I can't even begin to fathom thought process. All right, we made it inside. Barrier 1 succeeded. Now we're off to the second barrier.
You have spirit. That I will allow. Yet you struggle to the benefit of none, least of all yourself. This echo of yours intrigues us. We desire only to understand it, and for that we need your help.
Yeah, is that the case?
You wish to be rid of the icons, do you not? You would have saved yourself a great deal of torment had you accepted our aid from the beginning.
From the beginning. What's that from? It's from Digimon? The movie, I think? Or was it another one? It's the whole idea that after the virus, there was, the one comes back and they're kind of virusified and they're all like, go back to the beginning. I don't know why I remember this. Apologies. Get a purse. No one ever steals those. Blue, please. Val, hello. You just came around during to witness the violence.
Tell me everything, and I shall end it quickly. Refuse, and though you beg for death, you shall not have it.
Sweet. How's your weekend been so far, Val? Nice to see you.
Which will it be? As you wish, my dear Minfilia.
I like the fact that the options are tell us what we want and I'll kill you, or don't tell us what we want and I'll make you want to die. It's just like, you know, you could always pretend to promise me life.
Unpleasant though it will be for all concerned, you leave us no choice but to employ more rigorous methods of study.
Your mind is filled with spicy art ideas and you can't stop. Well, don't let me stop you from going down the spicy art road. Have fun.
Be so kind as to deliver the prisoners to Castrum Meridianum.
Why a sexy dragon out? Wait, which one of us is wearing the sexy dragon outfit? And what does a sexy dragon imply? There's a lot of questions here.
Yes, milady.
Yes, milady. Oh, Minfilia, you can't just end with you being like, blah, 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 blah. That's illegal. Oh no, we're inside. Perform the salute to some people. Oh, my apologies. I didn't notice you there. So engrossed was I in my task. You'd be engrossed too had the name commanded you to arrange for the prisoners to be transferred. What prisoners do I speak of? You mean you haven't heard? Oh, the infamous Scions of the Seventh Dawn, captured by the Rank herself. If you don't believe me, have a look in the storage tower when next you pass that way. Thank you for that information, friend. Gone down the path of spicy Wendigos. So, Wendigos. Which one's the Wendigo again? I'm gonna have to Google that. Wendigo. Oh. Yes, the Wendigo. Are they not spirits that reappear after certain things happen to them? I don't remember their lore exactly. They're a great cryptid, though. You can make a sexy dragon, probably. Syrinx is a sexy dragon. I don't know what's happening. That right. Part of the maintenance crew. Wait a second. It's a fine salute. Part of the maintenance crew for from location, are you? Welcome to Castle. Here. What? Prisoners? Ah, you've heard the rumors then. Yes, they've been held in the storage tower, but I strongly suggest you pay them no mind. You were summoned here to work, not to gawk at Eorzea's defeated heroes. Now show a bit of enthusiasm, or I'll have you reported. Oh, thanks, dude. That's pretty cool there, bud. Guy's having a bad time right now. Give him a salute. Greetings, comrade. Forgive me for asking, but you haven't visited the storage room tower recently, have you? I only asked because I've dropped something in there and oh, who am I fooling? I've fallen for one of the prisoners, all right? I dare say you know which one, eh? The something blonde? Goodness, no. It's that Lalafell lass I'm smitten with. She's so adorable it hurts. I want to sweep her up in my arms and squeeze her till my arms ache. What do you reckon it would take to convince the Centurion to lend me the key so I can see her? Fucking weirdo. I stand before you, Centurion. And with one salute, you will tell me everything. Yes, you need access to the storage tower. What businesses have you there? At the rank's behest, you say. This is highly irregular, but it would not do to make my lady wroth. Take my identification key. See that it is returned when your errand is concluded. Well, that was fucking easy. I need your key. Why? Your supreme commander tells me that I need to do something there. Oh. Well, here you go. I'm sorry I even took the time that caused you this delay. Security is tight as we expected. We're going to need a special key if we want to get past this bulk. Well, here you go. Very dramatic animations when everybody can see us clean as day. Thank you. Again, good animation choice there. Brain is very in animation right now, unfortunately. Made it past the gates. Sometimes asking nicely is all it takes. Yeah, but these are supposed to be the bad guys. Lou? These are the bad guys. The steel door. There's an instance on the other side. We must prepare ourselves for battles. Combat is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, listen to that music, though. No! Ophelia and the rest, thank goodness they're safe. I am the one you want. Leave the others be. You are my friends. I swear I will take my own life, and you shall answer to your mistress. Ooh, so dangerous. Gasp! Name! We must do something! We're risking a lot entering, risking letting the entire place know we're here. We know. Oh, we know. Feeding time? AFK? No problem, Val. Have a good dinner, I presume. You're right. We may not get a better chance. This is 3rd Squadron. What is it? Reaper. Seized when? This is coming to light only now? The culprits will have left a trail. Take as many men as you need and scour the area. I want that Reaper found. Now's our chance. What? What the? Strike my last! And yes, Blue, I know. I'm not good at names. Eliminate the intruders! Let's go! We're bringing our friends back. There are more pressing matters at hand. Just literally just like, no, you're not allowed to do that right now. And it's like, well, fine, but Sleeps, get these shackles off us quick. I can't. The game literally won't let me. But I'm trying, damn it. Friendship, let's go. Exactly, that's what we're trying to do. We're saving the friends. We gotta save the friends. Apologies for being a little bit quiet. I'm focusing on the combat. Combat is like it's not difficult. The combat in this game is not hard, but it definitely has a how to say it does still require a focus of some sort. Wine sleeps. I was so scared. Cry, 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 cry. I love that we just saw Wedge for a second in the corner, just being like, I can't even do anything. It was foolish of you to come here. You might have been killed. But thank you. I shudder to think of what would have happened if you had not arrived when you did. I say, did you not see name anywhere? I'm beginning to fear for the fellow. Yeah, we didn't see him. The linger heel shall yield us no answer. Let us away, ere the window to our liberty close shut. What did you say? Escaped? Then recapture them. Fail, and I shall have your head. What have we here? The name herself. Just as you said, you have an eye for Ahriman. Yola? Or Yoda? Yida? I'll get there one day. Well, she's kind of hard to miss with the showy armor of hers. Cursed scions, how did you slip our defenses? Unexpected ease, if truth be told. There's a chance. There's a chance to be a commotion outside the castle's walls, which allowed us to avail ourselves to the comfort of your vehicle. Your stoller's just being polite. That was one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever stowed away in. It's no wonder it's called the Phantom Train. No passenger would be seen dead on it. So you scuttled in amidst the freight, like the vermin you are. I shall be sure to have words with our rat catcher. Such negligence is unforgivable. That is far from your most pressing concern. First, you must answer for your own wrongdoings. Levilla? Oh, I can't say that name. Was you who led the raid on the Waking Sands. You who butchered unarmed men and women for combat for the crime of being unworthy of capture. You killed our friends. We'll never forgive you. Nor shall we suffer your plague, you to plague Eorza a day longer. Betake you to your guard. More intruders. Protect the name. Confound it. Ida, with me. Hell yeah. I love that they added that little animation there. Just to show that Yida could technically go semi toe-to-toe with her. In at least some regard, she'd at least be dexterous enough. After them! Where is His Excellency? In the hangar, my lady, in discussion with our guest. Alert him at once. Yes, milady. No. No. No! There they are. Fan out and surround them. There's 4 of you. Must protect Tataru? Yeah, Tataru. Biggs! I'm going in. Let everyone see everyone to safety. No, Wedge, don't do it! Oh, looks like he should have just stuck with us. Oh no, Sleeps, hold them off. I'll look after Minfilia and name. Ba, 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 ba. Ah, the battle music for these sequences. I don't know, I'm getting goosebumps because I love stuff like this. Your biggest crime is selling the spice trade to Portugal? Well, that's a crime most foul, honestly. Don't know how they even let you walk the streets anymore, Syrinx. Truly dastardly, beyond redemption. Oh wait, that's right, the shield generation situation. He's down. There he is. Beat him up. I'm trying, Blue. So what's happening on a side note is the big robot actually has a defensive shield, and these little generators are what's causing it to go up. So we need to actually go in and break them down so that we can take them down. Oh, that's right. This guy, can't remember his name for the life of me. One Magitech down. One big scary boy down, rather. Am I on the cuff or am I getting? Doesn't matter. They're both immune. Fantastic. There's one of them. Luckily, the other 2 are keeping him distracted. Oh, they're both immune until all of the boys have been taken care of. Gotcha. Ooh, Apolimo will definitely need some defenses there. There you are with your damn little generator of yours. Confounded little device, I say. Let us be rid of it. They're no longer immune. Bring them down. Bring the creatures to their knees. Well, you're not dead yet. Good night. Ooh, be gambling a little bit there. Oh! That's a scary looking dude. Apolimo could definitely go with a heal over here. You could as well. Hell, I even. Alright, let's bring this bad boy, the Magitech Colossus, to its knees. It's a really cool looking enemy though. Look at this thing. Sorry, Syrinx. I'll read your message in a second. I apologize. Should have sold to the bridge. They definitely don't have made a legacy of bland food with all the spices they could have had. They did have access to an insane amount of spices, and they still made bland food. Britain didn't know what to do with them. They were just like, ah, we're good with the tea. Open sesame. Oh, that's actually a formidable force. Oh no.
Take the leader. Kill the rest.
How dare you? That's awesome. That is such an amazing... Yestola!
Pray, forgive us our delay.
Dude, it's such a small little bit, but it feels so good. It just adds to their character so good.
Ida!
Oh, it's Ida. Okay.
So long.
Well, it's nice to see you too. The reunion must wait.
I mean, we have some crazy powerful characters here right now. Technically,
Right. First things first.
the situation is we're in good... Like, we could fight our way out of this, theoretically.
Yes, let's get back to being heavily outnumbered.
You ditched your Magitech armor. Fool of a Lalafell.
Wow! The reference.
Well, excuse me. She's all yours if you think you can do any better.
Also, this is the first time I think we've heard their voices. I have not been voicing them properly. Man, one holy spell and they're all stunned.
But there's no one in there. This is Sid. Can you hear me?
Let's go.
I need you to count to 5, then jump. Understood?
One, 2,
3.
4.
Oh yeah, don't forget, we don't count. We just... Hell yeah! Let's go! I'm a sucker for moments like that.
I know not which is more pitiful, the charlatans who rule Eorzea, or the masses that clamor for their implausible panaceas. I see that which they cannot. This realm founders for want of a ruler with true power. The power to cast down
Kazu,
icons.
hello! We're on a major part of the story. It's very big and exciting.
If you continue to deny this truth, it is the people who will suffer. Embrace reason.
You miss me? What did I do? How could you miss me? I am a nobody. I'm just a little fella that shows up from time to time and goes like, I'm playing Final Fantasy because I'm severely addicted to it. Ooh.
What in the 7 hells?
Oh.
No. It's here.
12 preserve us. They finished it. Ultima weapon.
Ultima weapon. This is actually a really big moment in the story. Like, that's very, very spooky. Sorry you've been busy? That's totally fine, Kazu. It's always nice to see you pop in and chat. It's always a good time. Don't worry about it.
So it has a name.
It is a relic of ancient Alag, excavated from its resting place deep beneath Alamigo. The Alagans used it to crush primal and foe alike, and now the Garleans mean to do the same.
Big scary.
Damn you, Gaius.
Again, great voice for this character. Great voice for this character, but his voice acting is a little bit lacking.
Look! There, beside the Black Wolf. An Ascian.
Ascian.
An overlord, no less. His garb attests to that.
La Habrea. It could only be him.
Hey, Stitches! Lurking on your phone while you're modding the PC? You have a good time with modding your PC then, my dude. Thank you for stopping by. The big reveal.
Thancred!
Thancred.
He was La Habrea? No. No, this cannot be.
The betrayal. The plot twist. The drama.
We have to go now. Hang on.
Thancred! No!
The voice actor for this guy is fantastic. Oh no, he's hot.
All that time, the enemy was beside me, and I never even suspected.
So, just in case people don't know, Thancred was one of the characters, is one of the Scions of the Seven Dawn, which is basically everybody that's on this ship at the moment. And, you know, he's been a very helpful character. He's a pretty major character. And this reveal is a really, really big reveal. It's just like, oh, shit. All the death that's happened to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you know, like the infiltration of it, the destruction of it, like this is all potentially happening because of Thancred, which is just like, oh shit.
And to think that it was I who suggested that Thancred investigate the Ascians. How could I have been so blind?
Yeah, Blue, this is a very big moment.
Small wonder the enemy knew our every move and where to find us. Confound it all!
See, Blue? He's learning. He's being a good boy right now.
No, this is not the time for self-doubt. The Alliance leaders stake their hopes on the Scions, but now they believe us all dead or missing. When they learn of the Empire's new weapon, we cannot be certain what they will do.
It's not! He couldn't have known! It's literally impossible for him to have known, Blue!
We must go and offer them what assurances we can that defeat is not inevitable.
Cryle, this is Minfilia.
The situation
I
may
am
have
in
taken
some
an
haste,
ill
so
turn,
forgive me if I seem brusque. The item I requested.
but the battle is far from over. And so long as we stand together,
I'm sorry to press,
there
but
shall
we
ever
need
be
it
hope of
urgently.
victory.
How soon can it
Her
be
cloth is going through her foot. It's
done? I am
fine.
in your debt, my friend.
I'm a good boy? I don't know about that, Kazu. But it's appreciated nonetheless. But that boy, he's a good boy. Blue seems to hate him. I think he's...
The people of Eorzea falter for want of such hope. Let us provide it. Let us bear to them the tidings that the scions of the Seventh Dawn are returned.
See, he's trying to be a leader. He's trying to recover a bad
Matters
situation.
are coming to a head. I hope we can count on you.
My regards to Grandfather. I am ready. Let us pay a visit to the Council of the Alliance leadership.
We're about to kick in that door. Let's go, boys and girls. Again, this is quite the moment. Hells take the Black Wolf and his new toy. So this guy right here, Raban, he is basically the right hand of the Saltina. So like he is basically the Grand General of Ul'dah. On a side note, I do think it's kind of funny though that a lot of the people, as far as I can tell, from the Scions of the Seventh Dawn they either come from privileged backgrounds or they have wealth under their pocket, you know? Like, it's got that attitude of just, like, you can be an activist when you're financially secure. Which is kind of what they are in a way, and it just kind of makes me chuckle. Hells take the black dog and his new, or the black wolf and his new toy. Should have called him Black Dog. That would have been a good one. Rally all available forces. I want them ready to move upon my word. And relay to name the orders to sail. That is all. You're an activist for my heart. I'm not, though, Syrinx, and that's the problem. It hurts you that I'm not an activist for your heart, unless you have a heart condition, in which case I will absolutely be an activist for that. And hope that you feel better very soon. But that's the best that I can offer, unfortunately. The maelstrom stands ready. What of the flames? Ready as we're like to be. I need only give word to name. You have a heart condition? It was broken. Dorn, no! A heart condition is loving you. That is, it is quite the condition, Syrinx, and I hope that you get better soon. Lear, hello! How are you? Thank you for stopping by. How's your weekend been going so far? Has there been no word from Ishgard? Of course not. None. Dragons have got their tongues. Silent to the last. Was unwise to hope for better. So these three are technically the leaders of the three major cities, or the three major states of Eorzea. There's Ul'dah, there is Lamza Limosa, I believe, and there's Gridania. And like this right here, they've all been given an ultimatum, essentially. Just like, hey, we have one of the most powerful, like, Magitech creations in the world. You know, surrender and we won't obliterate you with insane bloodshed. You've been working. What have you been working on? What kind of great Lear art are we going to be seeing in the foreseeable future? What would stir the Archbishop to open his holy mouth if not this? He claims the fury for his god. 'Tis bad comedy. Just so that we know as well. So there's another nation called Ishgard, which is essentially like a very religious group that are in a perpetual state of essentially kind of a crusade against like the dragons. And, you know, they're basically neighbors, if not allies, to Eorzea. And basically they're talking right now, like, how is the Archbishop, aka the theocracy leader of Ishgard, not saying something back to us, you know? Like, when the hour grows dark and the hour is late and the hope grows dark, why would our allies not help? It will be a while before anyone sees this art publicly. It's a super secret project that I've been working on for ages. Ooh. I do so love to hear about secret projects, and by that I mean learning that they are indeed secret, and then being really curious and wanting to ask questions, but know that I can't ask questions because that would, you know, ruin the secret part of the secret project. And there's the Saltina. The Holy See has made its choice. We must proceed without its cooperation. Nod. Yes, we begin the council. Ah, there's some nice music again. I believe we are all acquainted with the acquainted with the terms of the Black Wolf's ultimatum. We must agree upon a course of action. Nay, not less than the fate of Eorzea hangs upon the decision of this council. The moment of bureaucracy, but it is interesting regardless. Belsar claims to wield the power to smite primals. Should we yield to him, he pledges to rid the realm of its false gods, yet offer resistance, and he swears that we shall share the primal's fate. Pardon my bluntness, but I don't like these choices. This is too great a decision for any one of our nations to make alone. Choose our surrender or resist. We must answer as one, for if one surrenders, the rest shall surely fall. Let us pray for the wisdom to do right by all our people. Wait, is it a picture of 4 bagels with different cream cheese? Syrinx, we're not allowed to know. Shh, don't ruin this. Thancred's plight troubles us all, but we cannot allow anything to change between us and our goal. As long as the Ultima weapon exists, Eorzea will never know peace. Let us go to the Alliance leaders, Sleeps, and help them make the right decision. Sorry, we're gonna do one more mission because I want to see this little part through to the end. How did you guess my bagel masterpiece? I've been working on it for 10 years. My secret project, fallen apart in a mere handful of sentences. Gone is the secrecy. Ah! Grim tidings, Sleeps. It seems that word of Ultima Weapon's existence has already reached the Alliance leaders. In the form of an ultimatum, they have gathered in the fragrant chamber and are deliberating their answer even as we speak.
Drive by Bitties, cause can't stay sorry.
Cause can't stay sorry. That's absolutely fine, everyone. Thank you very much for the bits. And hello. And goodbye, I presume, as well. I hope that your weekend is treating you well. And again, thank you very much for the bits. That's always very appreciated. Belegionnaire as they are, I fear they may elect to lay down their arms in the belief that surrender will spare their people untold suffering. Yet nothing could be further from the truth. That which the Black Wolf offers will doom Eorzea, not deliver it, and the leaders must be made aware of this. Let us hurry to them, Sleeps, and ensure that they do not act in ignorance of consequences. I am the master of FBI hacking. Surely you've heard of me, the great hacker Syrinx. My keyboard skills are the stuff of legend. And then everyone stood up and clapped. glad that on hacking my computer you only revealed the bagel art and not the fact that I'm actually the leader of an international drug cartel. Lee, or Lear, you're not supposed to say that out loud. That's supposed to be the big secret. You know, as one of your primary customers, I would really hope that you don't bring this to light. That makes both of us look bad. Also, can my current order, can that be moved to Thursday instead of Friday? It would make it so much easier on me. Thank you. I am not walking in there in Imperial garb, by the way. That's redonkulous. Mr. Bartholomew, or Mew. Mr. Bartholomew. Oh, wow. It actually writes it properly if I say it that way. The Council of Alliance Leaders is presently in progress in the Fragrant Chamber. I must ask you to step away from the doors, madam. I'm sorry, you're here on behalf of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? 1,000 pardons, madam. Of course you may enter. Yeah, that's frickin' right, Bartholomew. You sit down. Shut up, know your place, nerd.
We keep treading the same ground.
Van Belsar's demands are clear.
Alas, our minds are not.
I've never been one to shy from a fight, but if this weapon of theirs can do all they claim...
That's the problem. You guys don't know. I mean, that's the cool thing about this, right? For their perspective, they've never witnessed this thing before. But we were there when it was first implemented, how it was able to charge up, what it can actually do to primals. Like, legitimately, Ultima Weapon is very dangerous, and we know that it is because we've seen it. A wonderful show of storytelling of show don't tell. They're saying it right now, yes, but they're saying it because it's to let us know that they don't know what's going on. They're in the dark right now with this information.
It has been 5 years since the calamity, and our people have scarce begun to rebuild their lives. Can we now, in good conscience, call upon them to risk what little they have left? I would spare them the pain of further conflict. Conflict, I say, though that would imply forces set in opposition. If the combined might of 3 primals could not stay Garlemald's new terror...
That's only because it's designed to be able to take on those things.
What meaningful resistance can we offer? We who struggle to quell the foes who rise up within our own borders.
You know, some of which were kind of created. Limsa Limosa, I'm looking at you, you know, with your whole having a pact with the kobolds and then causing mischief. Just saying.
Long have we fought the primals, but to what end? We strike them down at no small cost, only for them to rise again and again.
Again, one of which was raised because Limsa Limosa decided to do some shenanigans against the kobolds. They wouldn't have resummoned their god if or their primal if hadn't done some shenanigans. There is some gray area to this.
To play this profitless game for the rest of days? I, for one, grow tired of it. Mistake me not. I do not propose to trade one tyranny for another.
However,
I love liberty. But conciliation need not mean oppression.
By the 12, though neither of you cried surrender, Your every word betokened it. Not that I deny there is truth in what you say, nor can I rightly claim that Ul'dah is ready to fight.
I do love that, though. Just like, wow, look at you. Though you don't say the word, you've basically talked your way around it this whole time. I accuse you of cowardice. But maybe we're all cowards here. You know, just that little sigh. I love little story moments like that. I'm sorry for having little moments like this. I'll stay silent from now on until the end.
Refugees flood our gates, and beastmen swarm our land, while the great and the good do nothing. My flames struggle to bear the burden. I put on a grand show at the Remembrance Service, made all manner of lofty promises. I've made good on not a bloody one.
Do not blame yourself, Raban. You said only that which the people needed to hear. All present have done the same. Our citizens had become lost to hope. If our words serve to kindle it in them anew, better we speak than remain silent. Our enemy condemns us for failing our people. Yet what does he care for their well-being?
Yeah, now she's talking sense.
While we labored to rebuild their lives, the Black Wolf built instruments of murder with which to end them.
Her Majesty speaks true. For all our failings, the people's well-being has ever been our foremost priority. While none among us ever doubted that the Empire would one day resume its war, we scarcely had means enough to solve the problems of the present.
Aye, which is why we look to others to safeguard our future. The scions of the Seventh Dawn, alas, they are gone, and the Black Wolf is at our door.
Oh, I do love statements like that. All right, I said I'd be shh.
Admiral! I fear you are mistaken.
Yeah, Alfie coming in with the grand entrance. Blue, you better be paying attention right now.
Alphinaud, Minfilia, and Seven Hells. Master Garland?
And you, dear friend.
By Ralga, you're alive. All of you.
As we approached, I would swear I heard talk of surrender, but I know that cannot be. It is not the Eorzean way.
Just realized that Minfilia's either very tall or Alfie's kind of short.
Hear me, my friends. Accepting the Garlean's offer to vanquish the Primals would be folly. Folly, I say. For might is not the answer to the primal threat. Indeed, the more the Empire exerts its strength, the worse matters will become. Primals enter this world when mortals call upon them, and mortals are wont to appeal to a higher power when they are desperate.
Lear, did you shoot me? Is that what happened? Do I have a bug gun wound right now that I'm not aware of?
Nothing is more certain to breed desperation in the beast tribes than the Garlean's proposed solution.
Like a t-shirt gun, but for pillows. It's like takes the whole like the pillow fight to a whole nother level. You know, everyone's just having fun in games, bludgeoning each other with pillows, and then all of a sudden you look to the door and you got somebody like, you know, like on one knee with the pillow Zuka on their shoulder, and everyone's like, "Get down!" Just watch someone get hit and fly out a window because of the impact. And just like, Ted, why do you always ruin this? Why do you keep bringing guns to a pillow fight? He's just like, because I come here to win. As he reloads the damn thing. The intro to Saving Private Ryan. But with pillow fights. Like the part where he's like keeps pulling, what is it, like the radio guy over to try and tell him stuff. But the third time when he pulls him over, the guy just is like, just holding his nose, like a bloody nose, and his face is red from the pillow hit to the face. And he's just like, he's just like, damn it. The radio guy is out. He got a hit right to the face.
The true answer lies in a lasting peace. But the Garleans only know war and conquest. Should Eorzea fall into their hands, there will be such suffering as none can imagine.
We are not blind to the many challenges that each of your nations face. Yet you must not give in.
Yeah. That's a lot of demands that she's making right now.
Remember 5 years ago when you wagered all for the sake of the realm? Remember what you fought for, what you were willing to die for.
And almost did die for. Let's not forget about that part.
Let the memories rekindle the fire in your heart, for Eorzea has need of it again.
Come what may, we Scions will never give up the fight.
There's the trump card, you know? Just like, hey, so even if you guys surrender, we're not going to stop. We will keep the war going, lol.
And so I bid you stand with us, and together we shall safeguard the future of the realm.
A great man once said that a shrewd merchant grasps not for the quick profit, but invests in the future. Wise words, eh, Rauban?
Sid,
Your words stir and shame me in equal measure. How could I contemplate surrender?
Yeah, that's right. Feel bad for wanting to keep your people safe, silly lady.
I know full well that all we have, we owe to the sacrifices of those who went before us. Yet the seeming hopelessness of our plight robbed me of my insight.
Tisk tisk.
We Gridanians have no love for war, yet we have still less for those who would threaten our homeland. Ever have we fought to protect those things we hold dear, and this shall never change.
Sounded like it was about to change earlier, but you know, I don't want to open up old wounds or anything. Just saying.
Gridania will go to war. We will fight the Empire for the sake of the realm and all who abide here.
Creepy little shit. Anime style laugh as naturally.
At long last, I hear words worthy of a founder of the Alliance. Rauban, are we to be outdone?
I lost one homeland. The thought of losing another had blunted my resolve. But no man knows better than I.
Laughs in war.
You'd best be ready to die for
Well
it.
played, Blue.
With great danger comes the chance for great glory and great profit. We Uldans who have turned sand into gold know this well. How many times have we fallen into the pit of despair, only to have you pluck us out? I've fair lost count.
That would be because you're in a fantasy game, and that's how fantasy stories have a tendency to work. We use the hero's journey, you see.
Reckless, the lot of you, like bloody pirates. Well, I won't waste my breath trying to talk you round, on account of being a pirate myself. And the pirate who shrinks from a challenge is no pirate at all.
Well, there's a statement.
Those who would pick a quarrel with us must choose. Back down, or go down with all hands.
Well.
Let the Garleans come. The united strength of Limsa Lominsa will be waiting for them.
Short hair lady. I mean, she's a cool character, Stitches. She's the leader of one of the city-states, so...
If our realm is to be free of this pall of darkness, let it be by our own hands.
For Eorzea!
Hooray!
We must needs consider how the weapon may be brought to bear against us.
The Maelstrom will secure strategic points along the coastline.
In the meantime, the flames will deploy at...
Be at ease, my friends. You have banished our doubts.
Something about short-haired women. Oh geez, could it be that that's why Kazu is also being called a cutie by you, Stitches?
Pray leave the military matters to us.
I tease, by the way.
Retire to the waking sands. We will send word anon.
I'm sorry, Stitches. That wasn't very nice of me, was it? But still. You guys know... We'll replace the host command after the third. I do not. But I know that Twitch is currently making some interesting choices right now, so... I'm sure it's an interesting approach to it. Mi uno secondo while I check around really quick. All right, I believe, yeah, there's only one person that we all know who it's gonna be. We gotta. Also, apologies for being a little bit spacey. But Big Boss, if you actually know the answer to that question, please do let me know. Wait, Jam Jam is streaming? Actually? I don't, that's why I'm asking. Big Boss, as far as I'm aware, they're basically just killing it. They're just murdering that potential thing. Just like, oh, that's not useful. No one uses that. And it's just like, people like using that. They try to use it if they can. In that case, Stitches, can you please link their Twitch name in the chat so that I can really quickly go take a peek? Because if so, we might just jump over that way and give Jam Jam a good scare. You know, as you should. You're looking it up? Please, if you find out, not the Big Boss, I would actually like to know. Because I'm kind of bad for keeping up with stuff like that, but I have been trying to keep up with it a little bit because the drama right now is... Yeah. They just ended, actually? Rip. All right, well, in that case, then we're going to go ahead and go raid Pandemonium, because of course we will. Pandemonium is a long-time person that we raid, so I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start the raid, because I can feel my energy levels starting to just nosedive at the moment, so I apologize. Thank you for the stream. I miss you already. I miss you too, Blue. I miss you too, and I appreciate you being here for the time being. So, we're going to go ahead and raid S, raid F. Apologies for doing the raid thing a little bit snappy. I'm feeling the sleepiness, and I'm not liking it, so I'm trying to not be super sleepy on stream. So, thank you guys very much for sticking around. All 12 of you, I very much appreciated. I think I've mentioned before, but I have my link tree below at this point. So if you want to follow me on Twitter or go to my YouTube or something like that, those options are there for you should you want to use them. I try to post when I go live on Twitter. Someone usually reminds me if I forget, which is always good. I'm not good at promoting myself, haha. But yeah, I'm going to do my outro because otherwise I'm going to forget. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. Whether you were chatting, whether you were lurking, whether you just popped in and out for a second, know that you are very much appreciated. I hope that you're having a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time it might happen to be for you. I hope that you're taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're drinking plenty of water. And when you finally do sleep, whatever time that might happen to be for you, I hope you have a very restful sleep. I will see you guys over at Pandemoniums, and I will hopefully see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.